Hello beautiful people, welcome to the channel. The Witchy Goth here, hope you're doing well. Today's video is another video in my 1 in 4 series where I look at cases of SA, SV, DV and rape against women and look at the perpetrators, highlighting the length of time that they have been convicted for and what the victim experienced, as well as highlighting this is a problem with all men, of all races, of all nationalities, of all skin colours. Because so often, at the moment, in the United Kingdom, we are being fed misinformation by the media that the only perpetrators are those who are migrants. And that is false information. However, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, because it does. I absolutely 100% agree with that. But that's a conversation and a topic for a different day. So this article is from Coventry Live. I will pop a link into the description box below so you can go and read it yourself. Coventry man jailed after vicious holiday attack on girlfriend. A Coventry man is in prison after he launched a vicious attack on his girlfriend while the pair were on holiday abroad. Guillaume Buckingham of Mellowship Road has been jailed for 3 years and 9 months after pleading guilty to wounding with intent. 3 years and 9 months. Do I think that is sufficient? If you follow my channel, you know that I feel that the perpetrators of these crimes should be jailed for life, because they will not change. They will go on to do this again, as we will see from the next paragraph. The 31-year-old was given a 7-year restraining order banning him from contacting or approaching the victim, his now ex-partner. So he was imprisoned for 3 years and 9 months after he pled guilty. So that probably knocked the sentence down slightly. But he's been given a 7-year restraining order, which would indicate how violent and abusive this person is. Also that they more than likely have been, and I'm saying more than likely, I'm not saying that this has happened because I don't have that information, but they were more than likely stalking this person, perhaps further threatening this person. A common threat that is given by partners is, if I can't have you, nobody can. A spokesman for Warwickshire Police has praised Buckingham's victim, who came forward with great resilience in the hope no one else would fall victim to her cowardly ex-boyfriend. And this is something that many women who have gone through SASV, DV and rape want to ensure and protect future partners of this man, because these kinds of men who commit this kind of abuse very, very rarely change. Very, very rarely change. Many of them don't want to change. Many of them believe that they aren't at fault. I hope that this man is given some sort of therapy, some sort of group therapy where this can be discussed. But in my personal experience, I have found that it doesn't help. She was also resilient in going to the police, because often when a woman goes to the police reporting a crime like this, the police won't even hand the case over to the CPS, the Crown Prosecution Service, because there is insufficient evidence. So she must have had some pretty decent evidence for this to have gone ahead, which is brilliant. But a lot of us who have gone through this kind of thing don't have any evidence, because it happens behind closed doors. And something that is very, very pertinent to these kinds of crimes and attacks is that it is generally done by a partner, a husband, or a family member, of somebody familiar to the victim. And these crimes are so difficult to prove because it's their word against your word. The couple were on holiday abroad when Buckingham launched his vicious attack, the spokesman said. The victim reported the attack when they returned home. We launched an investigation and were able to bring Buckingham to justice before the court. For victims of DV, going through the legal process can be daunting, and this victim has shown great resilience. We know the victim wanted to make sure he couldn't harm other women. And that is so often the case and is said by the victim to the police who they are giving their statement to, is that I don't want them to do this to somebody else. Because we know, we've experienced it, and we know that they probably will go on to do it to somebody else. She also felt she owed it to herself to make sure he didn't get away with the most horrific violence he subjected her to. While the outcome at court will never take away from what happened, we hope the victim can start to rebuild her life. I hope so too. I don't have a name for the victim, so I cannot give you her story. I'm just going on the report in the news. Speaking directly to others who may have been in similar situations to Buckingham's victim, the spokesman added, if you have been a victim of DV, you can contact police. If you are not ready to contact police, there are a range of independent organisations that can also offer support. Refuge is one of them. Women's Aid is another. I will put those links into the description box as well. But again, it comes down to that victim and how they feel about going forward with these crimes, because, as I mentioned, so often they are not believed by the police, or there is insufficient evidence for it to be handed over to CPS. And when it does get to court, it can be 2 years later, and the victim could have spent those 2 years healing, and now they have to relive that in court. They may have to face their perpetrator as well, although you can request a screen be put in place. So that is at least something that is available to the victim. And that is the finish of the article. What do you think? 3 years, 9 months. I don't think that's sufficient enough of a sentence. I really don't. If he was given 7 years restraining order, that he's not allowed to contact her, that shows that the court are well aware of the kind of damage and violence he will do. Now, there is Clare's Law, which allows you to go and find out if the person that you are dating is on that list and has, convictions for some sort of crime in that vein. But is it accurate? Women are not protected. In this world, we are not protected. We still live in a patriarchal, misogynist society, and that needs to change. And I know that there are men out there who want to help us. So I ask, please help us. Help us in whatever way you can. Call out this kind of behaviour. If you know that a friend of yours is violent in this way to women, call it out. Don't let this happen. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Hope to see you next time. Blessed be.